What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the vlog. It's
Laura
and Tim.
We did a little Q&A box on my Instagram the other day. We got some questions. They're quite diverse, and I think we'll just jump right into it because we have a lot.
Kicking it off, question number 1. Reason for moving to Ukraine.
Ooh. So Tim asked me if I would move overseas with him if we ever got married. This was right before we got engaged, and I was like, yeah, definitely. That's super cool. My parents did a ton of moving around and were very adventurous and said yes to a lot of adventures that most people would not say yes to. And I got to live a super fun, exciting life, and my parents are probably, I don't know, my biggest role models and people that I adore and just love the way that they've lived life. So I was excited for the opportunity in our lives, and that was the biggest reason, I think, that we just wanted adventure. But also, Ukraine was a big country on our plans, or we were looking to go to Ukraine because our sister Alyssa's there and we love getting to share similar seasons of life together. That was why Ukraine.
I think it's worth noting, originally when we first talked about it, our plan was like, oh, we're gonna move to Ukraine and we'll figure out visa stuff. But kind of as it's progressed, we realized like, well, it's fun to be in Ukraine, but it's also fun to see other parts of the world. So we've been in Romania for a couple of weeks now, and it's super beautiful.
Love it here.
And we wouldn't have got to see that if we were in Ukraine the whole time. So yeah, it's changing.
Getting
That's okay.
Temporary residency in Ukraine is still an option, but we haven't decided to move forward on that. But when we do, then we could live there. But for now, we're kind of all over the place, little nomads. This one's from my little sister. How does Tim grow a movie-like mustache?
Who says mustache?
Yep. I don't know. Jeans. Dad.
What is your vision for your time in Ukraine?
I really want to see Lisa and Andre and hang out with them because we got to hang out with them a little bit and it's been so much fun. So
quite a bit, actually.
Yeah. See them some more. I really want to see Eastern Europe. So Romania, if we can go to Hungary, Croatia, Ukraine, see all different parts of Ukraine. Yeah, and then if we can go to the rest of Europe, I think that'd be so cool. I've got a goal for our time in Ukraine. I want to return back to the States a little better than we left. So we're working out and we're trying to eat a little healthier. We are both working remote for the jobs that we were doing while we were still in the States, and I'd like to eventually just wean off of that and be doing freelance full-time. So slowly working towards those goals, but this time has been awesome for that. So I think that's kind of the vision for the rest of our time here.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Specifically for me, I'm trying to work on some skills that I've never really put a ton of effort into, working on my photography and editing, some art and creative projects that just have so much more time for that, and then definitely working on ourselves to be able to come back healthier and better than we left. Besides language barrier, what's been the biggest adjustment moving to Ukraine? For me, I have struggled a lot with health. I don't think I had a very healthy gut in the States, and then when I came here, it just threw it for a crazy loop. And just nourishing my body well, that way I can handle the cultural food that I'm just not used to, and then drinking water that is maybe not what I'm used to drinking. Yeah. What are you guys doing for work?
We're doing the same thing that we were doing in San Antonio, just remote, which is cool.
We have super cool bosses that have been super gracious with being flexible on the time zones and the weeks that we can work and the weeks that we can't. We love our jobs and we love getting to have the flexibility to work them over here as well.
Yeah.
I love this question. What is the most curious tea combination you've come across in the last 2 weeks? I don't know if I've had a curious tea combination since we've come overseas, actually. I feel like all of them.
What is a curious tea combination?
A unique combination of flavors.
Makes no sense. Like, ooh, curious green tea. Oh my gosh.
I don't feel like I've come across any unique flavors. I did find a mix of, it's called like Herbal Mountain. It's basically an herbal tea, but that lavender gives it a super exciting flavor. Well, and I'm not sure that that would be a curious tea flavor. Like a curious would be like, I don't know, cardamom and lavender. Like that's curious, but I don't know. Favorite place you visited so far?
Russia was pretty cool. Whatever the little town that we went to the other day with the medieval clock tower.
You liked that one?
That was interesting. It was cool to see something like medieval because there's not that much at least I didn't see that much stuff like that in Ukraine, so it was kind of neat to see something a little different.
I love Kiev. I love the big city feel. I love that there's so much to do and it's really beautiful. I think that just the dynamic of the big city. I also feel like I know how to get around there, and so that makes the whole city more exciting. Newlywed realizations.
I think initially I realized that it wasn't as complicated as I thought it would be. Honestly, like we were just such good friends beforehand, and we continued to be good friends after, so it wasn't like super weird, like, wow, now we're married and it's different. It's just like, oh, it's just us two again. Like, what's up? You want some breakfast?
How do you like traveling the world? Is it fun?
It's unique right now. COVID makes it interesting because some countries are just like, nope, you can't come.
We are loving this season of our lives, but I don't think it's as glamorous as some people make it out to be.
Yeah.
We still miss our family and friends.
It's more like we're working abroad and less like we're traveling.
Yeah.
Because we still work 5+ days a week, and our adventure is a little different. Kind of the thinking was like we could be working in the States or we could be working over here and get to see cool things on the weekends.
Best and worst food experience.
Mm.
We haven't tried very many traditional foods here in Romania, but I feel like we tried a ton in Ukraine. And worst was sala. So it's like pork fat. I think it's disgusting. Like I can't eat just cold slab of pork fat. I just, it makes me gag. I think it's like the part that you would cut off of bacon.
Bacon, but not the good parts of bacon.
Right.
It's a little weird.
But for good food, Kiev downtown has some really good bakeries, and I had lavender blueberry cake, and that was
Super
yummy. Yeah, that was a really good experience.
Chicken Kiev is pretty good.
You like that? I don't think I can really get on board with that.
It's like chicken, like a breast of chicken, and they bread it, but then they put like a stick of butter inside the chicken, like they cut it open and then they cook it like deep fried or something. So it's just like so greasy and probably so bad for you, but you're just eating it like, wow, this is like amazing. I just want to keep eating it. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good experience.
How are you navigating not having many friends there? Making new friends and then keeping up with old friends, texting, FaceTiming.
We're kind of practiced because of COVID. Like all of COVID, we were separated from our friends, and then like
and family.
Like we leave and now we're separated from them. But
that's true.
So it's like FaceTiming a lot with our friends, and like we miss them. You're really good at keeping up with all the people back home. I'm not very good. So hi friends, call me if you're seeing this message.
We miss them very much, but I don't think it's something that is like a big depressing moment for us.
That's true. We'll see them again soon.
Yes.
I promise.
Will you come visit Scotland?
I would love to go to Scotland. Actually, I'd love to go to Ireland. Most of my family was from Ireland, and that would be more enticing for me, but Scotland would be wicked cool too.
I have a friend in Scotland. I would love to visit her.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
One day. Probably not this trip though.
Yeah, probably not, but one day.
One day.
How is Romanian food? We actually haven't tried any yet.
Yeah, we haven't had any.
We went out the other day and we were so hungry that we just literally went to the cafe that was so close that we didn't even try and find like local food because
it was McDonald's. No.
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was, what is the word?
Authentic.
Authentic food, but it was delicious food. Yeah, we haven't really tried anything local.
We're sorry, Romania. We will.
How does Romania compare to Ukraine? Similarities and differences?
Oh, they're way different.
Very
like
different.
As soon as you cross the border, you're like, this is very obviously not Ukraine.
Yeah.
Ukraine has churches that are Eastern Orthodox, so look very different from the churches with the tall steeples. The Eastern Orthodox almost look like they have domes on the top. Mm-hmm. That architecture is all different. The way they do the roofs and the eaves and stuff just look very much more European. Ukraine looks a lot more, I don't know if Russian is the right word, but like Soviet, yeah.
All the Soviet feels.
So they're very different in that regard. My first impression was that Ukraine felt a little more technologically advanced than Romania, but Romania is much cleaner and they keep up their buildings and stuff. They keep them a lot nicer, and the roads are way nicer in Romania than Ukraine.
Best advice for a single person?
I think first, just recognize that it's an awesome gift. Go live your life and enjoy this season. You can work and you can save like a ton of money. We both saved a ton of money, and that's why we're able to do what we're doing now. That's why we were able to buy a house and cars and stuff. And so it's like, yeah, go work, make a bunch of money. You can live super cheap, move in with other people. And I think also you have so much time and I'd say so much energy that you can pour into other people.
Yes.
And I think that's something that we both did. You did that a ton with your siblings. Like, you cared for them so well. Go and serve your heart out. Stay up late working on projects and recognizing the season that you're in and being able to enjoy it and not just spend all your time pining for the next season or remorse over the last season.
Best thing about living in Europe?
You are driving distance away from so many cool things.
My absolute favorite is the food is so much fresher over here, and I love finding local farmers markets to get the fresh food and the fresh milk and the fresh meat. I think that's something I've really appreciated and also have begun to value more, and will probably change the way I live forever.
Y'all, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, you're amazing.
I really appreciate y'all so much.
It's fun to be able to make these videos and send them back to our friends and family, and it's fun to hear back from people. So if you have questions that you want to get onto our next Q&A, drop them in the comments. Drop them in the comments below. That's how that works. We're new to YouTube. We're figuring this out. Or you can DM us on our social medias, because we love to keep in touch with people and we love recommendations for cool places to go.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace out.